This month, people are going to have a problem with what you're doing. Hold strong. Expect it. If you're getting a kickback, which is, I don't know if you should be doing that, or maybe that's a bit too expensive, or do you really know what you're doing? Like, have you thought about this? Say, excellent, it's here. All right, welcome, welcome. This will be a reading for January. So what my divination guide is going to do is tune into our month, and we're going to get some structure on what's coming. Now, it's going to be a multi-layered reading as per usual. We're only going to put in a hint of shadow. We don't want to do too much shadow work. We actually just want to know what's coming so we can embrace it when it shows up. And we might get some keys on which sector is going to get a boost and which one's going to have an invitation and things like that. I'm excited. All right, we are in the new year. We have a new chapter beginning. We're still weeks away from the fire horse clicking over, but our calendar has clicked, which means we can reset, we can get ready for the new, and we can run our structures again. So what that means is it's a great time to go through, score your sectors in terms of fulfillment, set your goal for the year, do a core value alignment. All of these things from module 1 will really, really help you so that you're ready structure-wise for the year. All right, let's see what she brings through. I'm going to do an anchor card. Some of you have seen me do this before, and I'm going to use tarot for a general picture of January, and then we're going to add a bit of shadow on top. So the anchor card really gives us a theme for the month. This is for the month of January, so we can chunk it down into bite-sized pieces. And a good thing to do is watch the recording, listen, see what resonates, but then you can re-watch it at the end of January and see how those things played out for you. So reflection on when your guides show you something that's coming, this is premonition. They say, heads up, this is about to happen. Reflection means we can go back to how it felt when we first learnt that, what it looked like when we walked through it, and then what we integrated from it. That really puts you in line with premonition and intuition being a major governing force of your life. And what that means is we can better trust what our guides say. We don't quite trust what they're giving us. We don't quite trust our intuition. We've got all the ideas and they tell us things, but we're like, yeah, is that actually going to happen? It's about tracking that progress. What they told me was going to happen, what I wrote down, what I aligned with, and what it looked like when I walked through. What we want is a clear indication of this is coming, and you can trust that information without getting in the way and your ego doubting everything and all that stuff happens. And for them to signal to you, whether it's full body goosebumps or a sign of some kind when you're in the exact thing that they signaled to you is going to happen. We want that, oh, this is what you meant. Okay, and I remember the invitation and I remember to go with it. And then in hindsight, looking back on what it felt like to walk through it, what the premonition was like, and then how we're integrating it. So we're going to chop these readings up month by month so you can actually get used to that process. You can rely on my divination guide until you're really in sync with yours, so that when you're doing your own divination, it's really to tell you what's coming. Now, if we stay in alignment with our higher selves, connected to source and grounded and all the things, your divination should line up really well. So let's say you did divination for the day, the week, or the month. It should come true if you've stayed in receptivity, if you've stayed in synchronicity, if you've stayed in alignment. When it skews off the path, let's say your divination pulls out that you're going to meet someone or something's going to happen or it's going to feel this or that or the other, and it doesn't line up with that, it just means that you've fallen out of sync. Our anchor card for January is the Four of Cups. If you read tarot or not, look at that picture. Now, the Four of Cups is an interesting card to pull for a whole month. Usually that card represents when we've gotten to a place of stagnancy and the universe is giving us opportunities. It's giving us things that should light us up, but yet we're saying, no, that's not right. We've actually gone into complacency. So it really is an indicator, and this is what we're going to flesh out with the 3 cards below. It's really an indicator of how to find your way back to the spark. Now, I understand that we've all been through Christmas and New Year's and school holidays and all sorts. So it's a great time to feel a little bit complacent. It's midsummer. We understand all of that on a 3D level, but on an emotional fulfillment level, something's gone a little bit flat. And that's what we'll be addressing and walking all the way through. Now, we're not just trying to fix this, we're trying to understand. So, is it a rest period before a new opportunity? Or is it something that we're actually starting to create and cultivate within ourselves? A level of complacency or boredom, or actually rejecting something from the universe that's trying to get through and offer us fulfillment? It's not a place of lack of opportunity. The card itself usually represents stability, but when we have stability in our emotions, it can also bring a lot of shadow to the surface because all of a sudden it's not exciting and it's not intense and we don't feel like we're on the roller coaster anymore. We want fulfillment and contentment without stagnancy and complacency. See the description there? See how it's slightly differing? We want to make it work for us. If we're waiting for the next opportunity, then we make the best time possible while we're waiting and we prepare rather than sitting in, nothing's happening for me. I don't know why I'm not feeling the feelings. We actually want that attitude to be in trust and patience for the next opportunity to come through so that we don't reject it. So the next three cards underneath the anchor card, that's our theme for the month. I've done a card for 3D. So in your very physical reality, what's happening to create this complacency or to warn you against it. A 4D card is where you embody more love, where you embody the life that you're trying to create for yourself. It's where awareness turns into action. And a 5D card. So what's happening on a limitless, spiritually in tuned, abundant place where we know that bringing things into reality can be as simple as that, right? If we're receptive, if our body and minds are open, if our energy centers are flowing, it's really pulling it from 3D, pulling it from 5D through our bodies into 3D so we can create the life that we want. Now, a lot of you will be oscillating there. I don't expect you to do it that quickly. It's that you're moving from 3D to 5D and oscillating. So your nervous system is getting used to expansion, contraction, abundance, scarcity, and we're understanding what opens up the energy systems there. So in your 3D world is the Empress. This is a very big card. This is actually talking about how we can embody the divine feminine. Now, embodying the divine feminine means everything around us and within us feels beautiful. Everything has artistry to it. There's a level of nourishment and unconditional love that we have dripping through our entire systems and for everyone else around us. The Empress has that capacity. She's extremely abundant. She does not overgive. She does not get too stressed. She does not self-sacrifice in any way. She's not a martyr. She's actually dripping in fertility, abundance, and unconditional love. The stories about her say that she's probably got things she's looking after, like a garden and animals and children, but she's likely to be looking after everyone else's garden, animals, and children easily as well. It's that receptivity, that abundance that we're looking at in our 3D. Perhaps we're learning to cultivate that, to really replenish and nourish ourselves in our physicality. Remember, 3D is about those basic structures. It is about our environment. The Empress would spend all of her time making sure that everything she touches, everything that she wears, everything that she's embodying is divinely beautiful. And that relaxes the nervous system, does it not? It's not stress and control and pushing and forcing. It's actually waiting for divine timing, making sure that everything is beautiful to signal to us that we are abundant and truly embodying that part of ourselves. So if you think about 3D, those bottom centers, so the structures in our life, our creativity and our sense of self are all trying to vibrate with this Empress energy in the month of January. So if you've had a couple of aha moments or how you could make your space more beautiful, make your physicality more beautiful, work on your own beauty, work on loving others in an unconditional way, But I think it starts with that environment, that very physical environment. So everything you do, everything from speaking to sitting to sipping your tea can be divinely femininely beautiful. Because in our 4D selves, we take that divine feminine and we start to create action with it. Queen of Wands is the most creative queen. She's also the most impulsive. She is the fire queen. So when we're looking to embody this divine feminine energy, we're pulling it through with passion, we're pulling it through with action, and we're pulling it through with this intensity. Queen of Wands is not afraid to use her intuition. They say that she can be impulsive and a bit of a nightmare at times because she does have that fire to her. So when we're embodying things, we have to do it with a level of confidence. We have to pull it into our environment so we're actually acting upon our passionate ideas that still keep us in a 3D place that is abundant. So, those of you working on your resources, I would say you don't have to exhaust yourself to create beauty in your life. Find a way that we can pull it through where there is action and there is structure, but there's no sacrifice to beauty, to alignment, and to nourishment. So, really, when we're getting that balance happening, is where we can create from abundance. So, to put that very logically, creating the life that you want without your resources needing to bottom out. This is not a month where we're going to go into chronic stress. That's not aligned for us here. We actually want to stay in our nourishment and in our 3D physicality whilst also creating and embodying the life that we want. Okay? In 5D, this is very interesting. The Seven of Wands always talks about sticking up for yourself, defending your values. It's really saying everybody else's opinions of what you're doing are coming at you hard and fast. And this is the time to hold and stay strong in your value systems. And it's going to be aligned with your work, your passion, and your fire. So when you're creating these things, and a lot of you are out there creating offerings and being of service and creating spaces, it's really holding your values. Do not let them drop. Do not sacrifice your values for anyone else's opinions. It's hold strong, and I guess expect a little bit of kickback. So in your 5D self, this is the, getting a lot of tingles on this one. This is the premonition you need to hear. This month, people are going to have a problem with what you're doing. Hold strong. Expect it. If you're getting a kickback, which is, I don't know if you should be doing that, or maybe that's a bit too expensive, or do you really know what you're doing? Like, have you thought about this? Say, excellent, it's here, right? And Seven of Wands says, hold. If anything, you already knew it was coming. So if you're getting that kickback and you're getting those opinions, and it could just be an energetic sense that someone's going to have a problem with what you're creating, I just want you to hold strong and keep building your container and just having that level of space between their opinions and what you're actioning, right? Queen of Wands is pretty confident. She's pretty fiery and she doesn't really give a fuck about anyone else, right? So hold strong and get through the month of January and create. All of this is going to help us understand a level of complacency or stagnation that might be presented to us. So we've got this very anchoring idea about divine feminine making everything beautiful for the sake of it, darlings, just for the sake of it. Make it look the way you want it to look. Don't drop your standards. And creating at a level that feels right to you. It's going to have a bit of an edge on it. You might have a bit of a stuff it, I'm going to do it anyway attitude, and then holding strong when you know someone's going to have a problem with it. Now, I know a lot of you are sensitive. All it takes is someone's micro movements in their face or a couple of words or a tone for you to feel like they don't approve or validate your offering. Do it anyway, right? Their level of complacency is not yours. You can be in nourishment, you can be in fire, and you can hold strong. But you can also see from this anchor card that other people might be in complacency. They might not be feeling the things that you're feeling. They might not be preparing for the fire. They might not have passion in their lives. So even when you're offering an opportunity to them, you might meet their complacency, their stagnation, and their lack of needing anything to be fulfilling in the first place. So protect the level of fulfillment that you've cultivated for yourselves. Create in a high standard that brings more beauty into your lives, and hold strong. I want you to have that slight edge this month that expects people to have an opinion about what you're doing. All right? And then we can go towards it. Let's pull in the shadow if that wasn't enough shadow already. So how we're going to master this lesson this month and the shadow we're going to be prepared for lines up perfectly. Bowerbird comes in, again, making your environment as aesthetically pleasing and beautiful as you possibly can. This is also about clearing out the old, making it vibrate to the frequency that you need it to be, and moving your energy in that place. So sometimes when things aren't perfectly clear and it's not go time, at least we can prepare our structures. We can prepare the way it feels and looks to us. We can prepare our environment so that we're as ready to go as we possibly can be, right? So if the floodgates are going to open next month, where there'll be a lot of energy behind us next month, this month we're preparing. And what it looks like to other people is you're just fluffing around or decluttering or whatever that is. But you know that you're getting divinely ready and setting the scene for how you want your abundance to look. So the bowerbird says, if you create the environment, you create the structures, and you have enough space, abundance lands really quickly. So when you're on, you're on. When it's time to go, you're ready to go. Whereas a lot of people are just living by accident, right? They're just day by day figuring it out, reacting and responding to the situations that the universe throws at them. This month, I want you to prepare. So create the space, create the beauty around you, get your structures right, and hold, defend your values. Yeah. And be ready. Be ready for any kind of kickback, right? If we're ready, preparing the way, then the way will certainly show up. All right, I'm just going to go into our sectors and see what we have. In your career sector, I would like you just to be plowing the field. So all you're doing is preparing. You're banking resources. You're spending your time and your energy and your money on systems, on making sure that we're not launching too quickly, we're not blazing a path too early, we're actually holding and building so that when people walk in the door, when situations present, when it's time to create the new project, you're ready to go. So that can be everything from intention setting, that can be setting up software, websites, anything that you need. Prepare for abundance so that abundance will show up and you frequency match it. Don't wait for someone to book in before you have a system of booking, right? I think this month we can prepare, and next month will be a whole new energetic plane. This is so cute. In your health sector, what's going to bring you a lot of well-being is celebrating with other like-minded people. So we've got the Three of Cups here. It's usually the sisterhood card. It's just really spending time with aligned people and spending it in merriment. So delighting in each other's company, laughing, spending time together, being in each other's presence, that will really create health this month. In the wealth sector, here will be your opportunity. I want you to go into any past grievances. So any times that you've done wrong by money and money's done wrong by you, any unresolved grief about how you haven't done it right or what you don't know, there's probably going to be some tears in this. So if you don't have the skills to build wealth, then just identify that and acknowledge it. You girls know what to do. Where does it come from? How are you going to clear it out of your ancestry and everything that you've inherited? And grieve what you don't have. Grieve possibly any level of survival that you've had to have over the years. That point is important for January so we can build better structures in February. So it will be about understanding where you've gone wrong, any sorrow, any grief in that, so that we can provide a new foundation for you. In your lifestyle sector, so how you structure your time, what level of work to hobbies to travel to rest that you have as your lifestyle, we're going to start again. We're going to reset. So go ahead and craft it. How many hours per week do I want to work? What feels nourishing for me? What can my nervous system handle at this time in my life? Really important questions. It's not what everybody else would do. It's not what you used to do. It's not what the world wants from you. It's actually the level of work that you can handle right now based on the resources that you have. Do you enjoy hobbies? Are they nourishing for you right now? These are all muscle testing questions. How many vacations do I need a year? How many hours am I going to spend learning and researching and writing and reading? How much sleep do I need? This is all lifestyle stuff. Craft it according to what you need and start again. 2026, new lifestyle sector. And something you always need to check in with, particularly with children getting older and all sorts of things moving on from last year. Always reset your lifestyle. Personal development and spirituality. Don't deceive yourself. Interesting. So be very careful of the stories you're crafting in your mind that may deplete or block your personal development and block your spirituality. Clear them out. You know what to do. So don't deceive yourself. Right? It could be that I don't know if I believe in any of this stuff, or I don't know if I really can do that, or I don't know if I have da, 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 da. Just make sure you're not deceiving yourself. Develop yourself. Allow your resources to flow there easily. And if you're not deceiving your spirituality, then you'd be embracing it wholeheartedly. So just see what that shift provides for you. It's always the mind that gets in the way. And relationships, very simple. Realize you can't do it all on your own. So the things you want to build in your life need relationships. That's the theme of January. So who are you going to collaborate with? Who are you going to ask for help? Who are you going to have as your cheerleaders? What support network are you going to have? It looks like collaboration to me. So how are you going to build out the systems in your life? It's not an independent card. It's not saying it's time for you to just hide away and do it on your own. It's actually saying collaborate, reach out, see who's got the skills that could do it easier and better than you, where it's outsourced, whether it's just involve people. Those of you launching new things, please reach out to your peer members. They are there to like your stuff online, to cheerlead you, to help you out, to give you another perspective, right? So reach out and ask for the support that you need in January. Build those systems out.